everyone. Students, once again I welcome you all to this online theory classes. In the previous video we already discussed about what are reducing sugars and what are non-reducing sugars and how the tolerance reagent is performed in the chemistry laboratory by using one video. Right. Yes, in this video I am going to discuss about another reagents which are used in laboratory for the identification of reducing and non-reducing sugars. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಈ ಒಂದು ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನ್ ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಶುಗರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ರಾಸಾಯನಿಕಗಳನ್ನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಯೇಜೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ರಿಯೇಜೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಅವನ್ನ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವುಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. In that first one I take about Felling's test. Felling's test. Students, Felling's solution or reagent, mainly it contains two solutions. For the preparation of Felling's solution, it requires two solutions. What are those? One is Felling A and another one Felling B. For the preparation of Felling reagent, two separate solutions are required. What are those? One is Felling A and another one Felling B solution, or Felling 1 or Felling 2 solution. Yes, what is this Felling A solution? Observe carefully. These concepts are very important for your CET as well as NEET examination. Right? For theory exam, you remember the concept what are reducing sugars. These are the sugars which reduce the tolerance reagent, Felling solution, etc. Right? That much is right. But for CET and NEET level examination, you remember the concept related to the particular reagents. Yes, what is tolerance reagent? You know in the last video, it is saturated ammonical silver nitrate solution. Right? Similarly, now what is Felling solution? Felling solution, mainly it contains two solutions. What are those? One is Felling A and another one Felling B. But what is the chemical composition of Felling A? Yes, remember students, Felling A, usually it is aqueous solution of copper 2 sulfate pentahydrate solution. Yes, see the point? What is Felling A solution? It is aqueous solution of copper 2 sulfate pentahydrate. Okay, I write here aqueous solution of copper 2 sulfate pentahydrate. This is the Felling A solution. Usually they given for the during the preparation of this Felling A solution, they taken 7 gram of copper sulfate pentahydrate. See this point, copper sulfate pentahydrate. It is dissolved in distilled water containing 2 drops of dilute sulfuric acid. This is the mixture of Felling A. During the preparation of Felling A solution, they taken 7 gram of copper sulfate pentahydrate. It is dissolved in distilled water containing 2 drops of dilute sulfuric acid. Right? This one is Felling A. ಈ ಒಂದು Felling A solution ನ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಸಂದರ್ಭದೊಳಗೆ ಅವರು ಏನೇನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಂದ್ರೆ 7 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಪರ್ ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ 5H2 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪೆಂಟಾಹೈಡ್ರೇಟ್ ಅಂತ ಓದ್ತೇವೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಲ್ಡ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Yes, next another one solution, Felling B. Felling B, it is the aqueous potassium sodium tartarate. Remember, chemical composition is aqueous potassium sodium tartarate. Aqueous potassium sodium tartarate. During the preparation of Felling B solution, usually they taken 35 gram of potassium tartarate. Remember, potassium tartarate first they given First they taken potassium tartarate and 12 gram of sodium hydroxide. Yes. Both the reagent is dissolved in distilled water. How much ml? 100 ml of water. Yes, now the Fehling B solution is prepared. Yes, remember students, what is Fehling B solution? It is the aqueous potassium sodium tartarate solution. When this chemical composition form, when 35 gram of potassium tartarate and 12 gram of NaOH is dissolved in 100 ml of distilled water. That's very important for CET examination. CET. Yes. Next, how the Fehling test is performed in our laboratories, means in chemical laboratories. I think already you know what is Fehling solution, right? It is a mixture of Fehling A and Fehling B solution. Yes, remember students, Fehling test, it is used to differentiate between reducing and non-reducing sugars. Very important point. What is the help of a Fehling test? Then your answer is, it is the test which is used to differentiate between reducing and non-reducing sugars. Even the reducing ಮತ್ತು non-reducing sugars ಅನ್ನ differentiate ಮಾಡಾಕ ನಮಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ Fehling test ಸಹಾಯ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Students, remember, a reducing sugar is reacts with the Fehling reagent, right? A reducing sugar reacts with Fehling reagent in alkaline medium to form an orange to red precipitate. Yes, remember, a reducing sugar, when it reacts with Fehling reagent or Fehling solution in presence of alkaline medium, right, they form orange to red precipitate. ಈ ಒಂದು Fehling ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನಾವು Fehling ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಒಂದು ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಶುಗರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ಹೌದಾ? ಅದೇನಾಗ್ತದ, ಆ ಒಂದು Fehling ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದ, ಬದಲಾವಣೆಗೆ ಒಳಪಡಿಸ್ತದ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಶುಗರ್ ಅದಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಅದರಿಂದ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇವೆ. Yes, Fehling's reagent is commonly used for reducing sugars, but is known to be not specific for aldehydes. Yes, remember, very important point. Fehling solution is commonly used for reducing sugars. These are used for commonly reducing sugars, but it is known to be not specific for aldehydes. As you know, positive result is detected by reduction of the deep blue solution of cupric to a red precipitate. Remember students, usually after mixing Fehling A solution and Fehling B solution, we get a deep blue color solution in a test tube. If I add Fehling A solution and B solution, totally this one is called Fehling reagent, right? Yes, the color of the Fehling reagent is blue color, right? But when it is reacted with an reducing sugar, it finally changes to red precipitate. As that red precipitate of insoluble cuprous oxide. Usually cuprous oxide is formed in the final observation. Friends, remember, Fehling test is very useful to differentiate between reducing and non-reducing sugars. What is Fehling solution? It is a mixture of Fehling A and Fehling B. What is Fehling A? An aqueous solution of copper 2 sulfate pentahydrate. And what is FB? Aqueous potassium sodium tartarate. Yes, how they perform the Fehling test in chemistry laboratory? By taking Fehling solution in a small test tube, they add some amount of reducing sugars in presence of alkaline medium. If the given substance is an example for reducing sugar, then definitely it converts the color of a Fehling solution from blue color to red. The red color is the precipitate of insoluble cuprous oxide. it clears whether the given substance is reducing sugar or not. Yes, next here another one concept. Students, already you know sucrose. Sucrose is an example for one of the disaccharide and best example for non-reducing sugar. Why the sucrose is an example for non-reducing sugar? Because there is no free aldehyde or ketone group. There is no free aldehyde or ketone group. Remember, the sucrose, it does not react with the Fehling reagent or Fehling solution. You know, sucrose is a disaccharide of glucose and fructose. Most disaccharides are reducing sugars. Example, lactose, maltose. These are an example for reducing sugars, but sucrose is not a reducing sugar. Right? Therefore, it cannot give positive test with the Fehling solution. Students, now I will show you one video. It shows how this Fehling test is performed in the chemistry laboratory for the identification of reducing sugar. See here. Students, now Fehling's test. It is the test used for identification of aldehydes and reducing preparation of Fehling solution now. Yes, Fehling solution means it is the composition of Fehling A and Fehling B solution. You already know Fehling A is the copper 2 sulfate pentahydrate. Now here it is dissolved in some amount of distilled water, and Fehling 2 is the potassium sodium tartarate, sodium hydroxide. This is also taken in a small amount of water. Students, both the mixture means Fehling A and Fehling B is now added in the some amount of water in a measuring cylinder. As now the Fehling solution is ready to use. This one is the Fehling solution, mixture of A and B. Yes, here I taken 3 test tubes, separate test tubes, and mentioned GS on the test tubes. Here G, it means it contains small amount of glucose added. Glucose, you know, it contains free aldehyde group, therefore it is an example for reducing sugar. But how we detect? See here. And in the another test tube, I taken some amount of sucrose, right? In third test tube also, I taken some amount of sucrose, and for the third test tube, I add some amount of citric acid because to maintain acidic medium. After that, some amount of water is added to all the test tubes and shake well. Student, third test tube, now it is placed in a water bath, means hot water bath, up to 2 to 3 minutes. Test tube containing both sucrose and citric acid, right? As after that, add some amount of prepared Fehling solution to all the test tubes and placed in a beaker which contains hot water. Now I placed all the 3 test tubes in a beaker which containing hot water. Yes, now observe the color changes. Which test tubes get reduced? Students, in the first test tube, the color of the solution means Fehling solution is changes. It indicates the given salt or sugar, it is one of the reducing sugar. Glucose is reducing sugar because it contains pre-aldehyde group. And sucrose is an example for non-reducing sugar because it do not contain any free aldehyde or free ketone group. Here there is a glycosidic linkage is present. But in the third test tube, here also the red precipitate is formed. It is because of citric acid. Remember, usually here glycosidic linkage is splitted in presence of acidic medium. Because of this point, sucrose get changes to glucose and fructose. Okay students, now I take another test, that is Benedict test. As in the Benedict test, we use Benedict reagent. First, you know what is this Benedict reagent? Students, remember Bendict reagent or solution? It is a chemical solution which contains sodium carbonate, means it is the mixture of sodium carbonate, sodium citrate and copper 2 sulfate pentahydrate. Remember, what is Bendict solution or reagent? It is the mixture of sodium carbonate, sodium citrate and copper 2 sulfate pentahydrate. Yes, this is the mixture. What is the use of this Bendict test? Students, remember, similar to the Fehling solution, it is also one of the reagent which is used to differentiate between reducing and non-reducing sugars. ಈ ಒಂದು ಬೆಂಡಿಕ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನ್ ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಶುಗರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬೇರ್ಪಡಿಸಕ ಸಹಾಯ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತದ್ದು ರಿಯೇಜೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವುದು? ಬೆಂಡಿಕ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಅದನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಒಂದು ಶುಗರ್ ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಶುಗರ್ ಅದನ ಅಥವಾ ನಾನ್ ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಶುಗರ್ ಅದನ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. Students, remember, it also works on the same principle, but Bendict is more stable than Fehling reagent. ಈ ಒಂದು ಫೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ರಿಯೇಜೆಂಟ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಬೆಂಡಿಕ್ಟ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಇದ್ದು ಕಂಡು ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್, ಬೆಂಡಿಕ್ಟ್ ರಿಯೇಜೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಟೈನ್ಸ್ copper 2 sulfate pentahydrate which is reduced to red copper 2 oxide by aldehydes, thus oxidizing the aldehydes to carboxylic acid. ಯೂಶುವಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಅಲ್ಡಿಹೈಡ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದು ಕಾರ್ಬಾಕ್ಸಿಲಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಪರಿವರ್ತನೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ದ ಕಾಪರ್ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ಸಾಲ್ಯುಬಲ್ ಇನ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಪಿಟೇಟ್ಸ್. ಕಾಪರ್ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್, it is insoluble in water and so it precipitate. The color of the final solution changes from green to brick red depending on how many of the copper 2 ions are present. Remember, students, in presence of Bendict test, if the given sugar is an example for reducing sugar, then we observe the color changes from green to brick red. Yes, if Bendict reagent changes the color, then the given sugar is an example for reducing sugar. Very important. Remember, students, Fehling solution and Bendict solution, these are very important. Usually chemical composition is very important for your CET as well as NEET level examination. So I taken some points related to the particular solutions. Right. Yes, now I will show you another video which shows how the Bendict test is performed in the chemistry laboratory. ನಾ ಈಗ ನಿಮಗೊಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋದಿಂದ ನಾವು ಈ ಒಂದು ಬೆಂಡಿಕ್ಟ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಗೆ ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಶುಗರ್ ಅದ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಪತ್ತೆ ಹಚ್ಚಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Now, Bendict test, how it is used in the chemistry laboratory. Students, during this test, some apparatus are used: test tube, stand, holder, measuring cylinder, beaker and stopper. Right. Bendict reagent is the composition of sodium citrate which prevent the precipitate of cupric ions, sodium carbonate provide alkaline medium, copper sulfate. Now I take 5 ml of Bendict reagent into a clean test tube. As 5 ml of Bendict reagent in a clean test tube and add some amount of sample to the same test tube. Some amount of given sample is taken in a same test tube. It is one of the semi-quantitative test. As sample is added to the Bendict reagent. Now the mixture is gently heated on a Bunsen burner up to 2 to 3 minutes. Observe the color change. If the color of the Bendict reagent changes, then it indicates the given sample is one of the reducing sugar. Yes, students, during the observation, if the color changes from blue to green, means the sample contains 0.5 gram, and blue changes to yellow, and it contains approximately 1 gram. If it changes to orange, then it contains 1.5 gram. Yes, here that Benedict reagent color changes. It indicates the given sample contains aldehyde group. Yes, if it changes to brick red precipitate, it is also indicates the presence of reducing sugar. Yes, students, precipitate is settled at the bottom surface of the test tube. Yes, it indicates the presence of reducing sugar. As it is the one of the test which is used to distinguish between reducing and non-reducing sugar. Okay, students, next another part, it is related to the difference between the reducing sugars and non-reducing sugars. Very important for 2 mark question in theory exam. It may be asked for 2 mark question. Yes, 2 mark, very important. You remember at least 2 to 3 points. Yes, in presence of reducing sugars, first I take 1 point. Reducing sugars are the carbohydrates that can act as a reducing agent due to the presence of pre-aldehyde groups or pre-ketone groups. Right, remember this point. Reducing sugars, these are the carbohydrates and they can act as a reducing agents. ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತದ ಈಗ ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಶುಗರ್ ಇರೋದು ಫೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಟಾಲರೆನ್ಸ್ ರಿಯೇಜೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಬೆನೆಡಿಕ್ಟ್ ರಿಯೇಜೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಇವಕ್ಕೂ ಕಲರ್ ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಈಗ ಅದು ಬದಲಾವಣೆಗೆ ಒಳಪಡಿಸದ. ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ಸ್ due to the presence of free aldehyde groups or pre-ketone groups. Means reducing sugars, they contain pre-aldehyde or pre-ketone group. But in presence of non-reducing sugars are the carbohydrates that cannot act as a reducing agent due to the absence of free aldehyde or pre-ketone group. There is the absence of free aldehyde or ketone group. Remember, students, another point, reducing sugars are act as a good reducing agents. They act as a good reducing agent, but non-reducing sugars are not reducing agents. And reducing sugars, already know, they contain free aldehyde or ketone group, but sugars means non-reducing sugars, they do not contain any pre-aldehyde or ketone group. Students, you know, reducing sugars, they give positive reaction towards the Fehling test as well as tolerance reagent test, but non-reducing sugars, they give negative reaction, means negative result towards the Fehling test. All monosaccharides and some disaccharides. Reducing sugars include all monosaccharides and some disaccharides. But non-reducing sugars include some disaccharides and all polysaccharides. Remember, all polysaccharides are an example for non-reducing sugars. All polysaccharides are an example for non-reducing sugars. As among these points, you select 2 or 3 and perfect those points. Very important for 2 marks in your annual theory examination. Okay, students, in the next video we will see about the glucose. Thank you.